The fire station itself looks great, doesn't it? Look, did you see the reflections of the fire trucks there? Look at that. Ooh, yeah, that looks great. The water tower as well, that looks incredible. Hello Flight Sim fans and welcome to the Practically Geek channel. In this video we're going to be taking a look at A Coruña Airport, located in the northwest tip of Spain. And this is a payware scenery by TDM Scenery Designs. You can get this from their website. Currently it isn't available anywhere else at this present time. It's priced in at €14.95. That converts to around £12 in English. And as always on my channel, I'll be taking you around the default scenery first. Won't be spending too much time with the default scenery. We will be then going into the scenery by TDM Scenery Designs and having a good look around and seeing what they've done. A Coruña Airport has a asphalt runway 03 and 21. It measures in at 2,400 meters. And as you can see, the default texturing on the taxiways and the runway are okay. They're passable. I'm certainly sure that the guys have retextured this. You can also see that the outer perimeter area, the 2D satellite imagery, again isn't the best. It's not really high textured. You can see on the left of the screen the cars disappearing and jumbling up on this junction road here. Let's move from this side of the airport to the far side while looking at the terminal in the middle and the main apron. You can see here that there's a massive long mixture of, I wouldn't say mixture, it's the first time I've seen these type of buildings, the autogen buildings, and I'm guessing these are meant to mimic the sort of the Spanish or the Mediterranean type looking buildings. But I do know from the research in this airport that this is actually a massive big car park, and these white kind of squarely lines, doesn't make sense, squarely lines, the white markings here on the ground, they are actually the rooftops of like canopies for the car park. And you can see that the connecting roadways all connect to that car park. Moving along, you can see the first taxiway moving into the main apron, as well as the general aviation stand, which doesn't look too bad. And then the main terminal, which has two jetways, which the real airport does. You'll also see that there's another car park here, but it doesn't really have any cars in it. Oh, they're all lined up there. See, that's a good thinking that they've parked right up at the entrance. But as you can see, the terminal building is just one long hangar here. So again, the autogen kind of AI there hasn't got that right. It's not the best. And again, another bit of mismatching apron scenery here. Like the texturing isn't the best, especially these square sort of straight lines. Moving along to the other side of the airport now, you can see that there's this really random car park here with a fuel truck. And you can also see a lot of other 2D satellite imagery kind of looking a bit poor around the airport. On this end of the runway, runway 03, you'll see that there's two large turnaround areas for the bigger planes. And again, the runway doesn't look too bad with the texture, and you can see tyre marks in the texture in there. And with that said, I think it is now time to check out the TDM Scenery Designs A Coruña Airport scenery, and let's see what these guys have done with this airport. Welcome back to A Coruña Airport here in the northwest of Spain, and we've loaded into the third-party scenery by TDM Scenery Designs, and we're going to go and have a look around. Already you can see that I've started on the far end of the runway where I started touring the airport in the default scenery, and we have these lovely ILS towers and the lighting and the custom structure, and this is true to life. If you check it out on Google Maps. It's all there, even including this building in front of me here. The guys at TDM Scenery Design have done some other works around the area of the airport, including, as I say, this factory building and some of the shops just to the left of the runway, which we'll check out on our way down to the apron. First of all, before we check out the airport, I want to show you some of the other work, custom structures they've put into the scenery, which is at the Seaport of Coruña. So let's go and have a look at them right now. To name a few buildings, this is the Seaport Control Tower here, and just over to the left here, they've included the Castle of San Anton, which is just here, which looks really amazing, doesn't it? And these wouldn't necessarily be on your approach to the airport, they would be kind of just away from the airport, so any VFR flying you fancy doing around this area, then you will get to see these lovely points of interest on the way. Heading over just to the other side of the port, we can see that they've included the Tower of Hercules over here, which looks really great. And then just to the tower, just to the left of the Tower of Hercules is the old prison, which is this building just down here. And there is a better look at the Tower of Hercules just on the hilltop there. Just onto the mainland here, they've also included Seaport Stadium, which looks great as well. The pitch can be seen in great detail from this height. And they've added more buildings in the surrounding area as well, so definitely look out for those. Back over at the airport here, we can start down from runway 21, and you can see the lighting and the lovely stonework and the foliage sort of overhanging the stonework at the end of the runway here. I would call this, I don't know, I would call it a tabletop runway, I guess. They are more dangerous to land at, but maybe it's a bit too low to be classed as a tabletop runway. But certainly the difference in elevation around this airport is quite impressive, and the guys at TDM Scenery Designs have implemented that as well. So let's make our way down runway and check out what they've done to improve this airport. You can see that they've retextured the sides and the runway itself, and the wear and tear of the tyre marks looks really great, doesn't it? And it looks great on the sides where the more of the gravel type texture is being implemented here. The new placements for the Pappy lights and this lovely antenna array here looks really good. Look at that. And you can even see that they've implemented the large overflow car park, or I would imagine long stay car park for the airport. You can see some static cars in there as well, and the reflections in the roof, and just the whole area looks absolutely incredible. And you can see the lovely big sign, custom sign there, Aeroporto de Coruña. I'm sorry for butchering that, I really am. I'm sorry I even tried. Heading over to, just before we head into the main bulk of the airport, the main apron, we can see that they've implemented the search and rescue and the practice fuselage for any fires or rescues for the firefighters here at the airport to practice on. And that looks really well textured as well. You can see there's you can see like the burn marks and the scorching, and the reflections are absolutely astounding on it as well. It's really great. And they've even done this. They've even gone ahead and done this shopping area here. This El Aviador. It's a cafe for a restaurant, and I would imagine you get a really great view of the airport here. Ah, look at that. They've put some plane spotters in. Oh wow, that's amazing. And that is definitely me taking my wife to Manchester Airport, and she sits there on her phone because she doesn't want to hear jet blasts in her ears all day. That's really good detail. Well done, guys. That's I like that. That's great. But look at that. Look at those. The default airport just looked terrible, didn't it? But look at it now. Look at the custom buildings and the detail in this airport. Let's start from this end here, just so we're not sort of going back and forth. All custom buildings and hangars. We've got a helipad there, and look at that. We've got the custom logos, and oh wow, it's really, really great. Custom trucks here with authentic real life catering for this particular airport. They've even gone ahead and put authentic sort of trucks and jeeps in for this airport, which is great attention to detail. This looks like a refueling station of some kind for the trucks. The fire station itself looks great, doesn't it? Look, did you see the reflections of the fire trucks there? Look at that. Oh, yeah, that looks great. The water tower as well, that looks incredible. The PBR texture in the windows looks spot on. And look at that. That is so good. The hangar here for the general aviation aircraft. Again with its custom banners and signage. We've got some custom static aircraft as well. And look, here we go. There's a different static that looks like a surveillance helicopter with like the camera on the side. That looks really good, doesn't it? And just look at that, guys. That is one heck of a custom scenery. That's one heck of a custom airport. Got the canopy that's sheltering the cargo containers, the buses, the trucks. More custom signage. They haven't left anything, have they? They haven't left anything out. Those apron spotlights look incredible, and the custom control tower with its banners look really, really, really amazing. The custom jetways also, with the different types of weathering and damage to the metals. Absolutely amazing. Really great. Some static people here. And look what they've done. They've gone ahead and just retextured all of this groundwork, and they've put all in the short stay car parks and the staff car parks. It looks really, really great. It's so good. And this is bordering on detail from the likes of Pilot Plus with their Southend Airport and their Wickham Air Park. It looks so good. They haven't left anything unturned, any stone unturned. It's every little outbuild and canopy and the custom signs here, the terminal signage, the static cars underneath the canopies. It's just, this is one of the best airports I've seen in Microsoft Simulator so far. They've even got underground car park in there. Look at that. The cracks in the floors and everything. The front of the terminal here, landside area with custom buses and cars, and again more static people here. And look at that. Little cafe area with those reflections in those glass terminal building here. That's it. It's so it's amazing to look at. Look at that. I'm blown away by this, guys. It's everything is just, you know, it just looks real. It doesn't look fake. Everything has its own place, and it's convincing me that I'm really there. You know, I can imagine doing this in virtual reality and having a look up at the buildings. The brickwork on this particular building looks really great. The combination of the glass and the brick looks amazing. And look at that. That's where the baggage comes out, and you've got all the custom baggage trolleys, the trucks that pull the trolleys along. The Coruña airport sign is incredible. Oh, and look at that. Search and rescue helicopter with its own lovely hangar with, again, custom signage. And, you know, I haven't done any kind of 3D modeling. I've dabbled in bits and bobs when I was in the VR industry and doing some VR projects, and doing little bits of signage and writing is just the worst part about creating anything. And they've done so well on this, and the blast shields for this part of the apron. Look at that. You can see the elevation obviously going up in the air there, and the brick and concrete work around the sides. Down to this area with loads of airport clutter. You've got the fuel area here with the buses not being used, and the airplane stairs, and oh wow, it's so, I can't really sort of say how much you can see on the video obviously, but just, you know, having an explore around this airport, absolutely incredible. And the runway textures in that sun look great. The reflection and the tire marks, really spot on. I can't recommend this enough. And with that being said, I think it would be time to check out the night lighting for this airport, because I've got a feeling it's going to be a really good one in the night time. So let's rewind those clocks to 1 AM and check out the night lighting. It's now 1 AM at Coruña Airport, and doesn't it look incredible in the night too? You can see, let's go back to the front now. So let's start from where we left off. We can see that the fueling depot with its custom lights here have got their own light emitting downwards, and I must admit the fake windows sort of, you know, buildings about interiors, they are emitting some really convincing lights that look really good. Sometimes that doesn't look great, but it really does. The apron areas look well lit. Those apron spotlights, the red and white ones here, are really, they look incredible. Again, the windows here without any interior, you can see that they've done really well to make it look like there's a well lit interior inside there, and you know, the car parks and the canopies and everything, just, you know, these car park lights, they look really, really spot on. I can't fault it one bit. Look at that. Got the lights underneath the roofing here. You've got the lights inside the sort of the faked interior windows there, and the control tower lighting, and every bit of areas where they should be lighting has lighting, and it looks incredible. Again, even though the control tower has no interior, it looks, oh, look at the sign, look at the Coruña sign. You can see like little bits, you know, you can see it's all aged and weathered, but the light's still popping through, and you can see it's not like an LED sort of blind and white light, it's like a really old yellow. It's really spot on, isn't it? Look at it. The taxi and the runway lights especially look great, and the taxi direction lights, look at that, the taxiway and runway lights. Absolutely incredible. And every bit of apron and building has its own lights, even down to these general aviation hangars and buildings. Look at that. Everything's emitting light and looking really spot on. Let's have a look at the car. Look at that. The long stay car park looks incredible. Even down to the shopping area over here, they've done so well, and I'm blown away, guys. I'm blown away. Go out and buy this. Get it now. So I don't usually show the airport in the rain. I used to, but I've stopped doing that now. But I thought, let's have a little look at the this one, because I just want to see the apron and the texture and everything, and just the dull, the dull weather around this airport. It looks incredible. It looks so good. Look at it. So this was my look at A Coruña Airport in the northwest of Spain. It's made by TDM Scenery Designs, and it is available currently just on their website. And I do recommend, if you are buying any payware scenery, to buy direct from the developer if you're able to. It's a lot better for those guys, and they get, obviously they get a larger share of their scenery that they have created. If you have enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And also, please subscribe to my channel, Practically Geek. I do more videos like this, payware reviews. I do freeware videos showing you off the freeware side of things, so all sceneries from flightsim.to, as well as other websites. You can also find flight tours on my website as well, which I will be doing more of very, very soon. I have got more payware sceneries coming up this week. I've also got more freeware as well, because the guys over at flightsim.to are doing an absolute stellar job at creating some fab sceneries. And as I say, you can get this from TDM Scenery Designs on their website, linked in the description below. It's €14.45, roughly converted to about £12.50. I do recommend it. It's ultra detailed. It is a larger file, but it's this file, as I say, it's nearly 2.5 gigs, which is near enough the same as what Pilot Plus's Southend Airport, and it's a whole 1.5 gigs bigger than Liverpool Airport digital design. So there has been a lot of detail put into this, and as you saw within the video, compared to the default scenery, it's 1,000 times better. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you again very, very soon.